So let me check if my audio input blue snowball. All right, Tabmok, talk.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Thank you for joining me and Survived Combatants here for another episode of Mortal Mondays. And unfortunately, today's episode is about Mortal Kombat Special Forces.
Yep, sadly.
So I think it's safe to say that we weren't really looking forward to doing this one too much, were we?
No, we definitely were not. But it is a part of the Mortal Kombat history. Even though we may not like it, it's a part of it, and we have to do it thick and thin. So,
yeah, it's not something you don't ignore the history just because you don't like it. It happened, for better or worse. Obviously worse, and it is what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is. So it started out like it's a really good idea. Like, first of all, I just had to say, it is a good idea, to make a Mortal Kombat game based on the whole Special Forces rivalry between the Black Dragon clan and the U.S. Special Forces. It right from the beginning, that battle was there, that rivalry between Kano and Sonya in the first game. Yeah, and it expanded even more with Jax in the second game. It blew up even bigger when they created the Outer World Investigation Agency at the end of MK3. So it just made sense to kind of have, they had the Sub-Zero prequel with mythologies, and it was like, hey, let's show what's going on with Jax and Sonya and their plan to track down Kano and his clan. And of course, by then, there were several Black Dragon characters as well. We saw Cabal in the games. We even had Jarek from MK4 by then. So the roster was getting bigger and bigger. And it just was a good idea to kind of show everybody in their element. Really is a tragedy how the game ended up turning out, and I guess we can talk about what happened and behind the scenes stuff. But really, it had really good potential, and if they wanted, if NetherRealm wanted to today, they could make a game about this particular period of time, and they could make it great. They could really do a very good one. Like, I thought Mythologies was good. I think it's a lot better than everyone gives it credit for, but I can't really say that about Special Forces. All I can say about it is that it did introduce a lot of characters that have since finally now coming back into the limelight. We saw Tremor make his fighting game debut in Mortal Kombat X. Of course, his real debut was this game, and Special Forces was the first time that we ever saw Tremor. There were other characters here like Tasha and No Face that have never really got quite the fan following that Tremor ended up getting, but they also made their debut. Kittleson put them in the Mortal Kombat X comics by DC. Now, I think you just recently got into those comics and started reading them, right?
Yeah, the first comic, because I just got the Mortal Kombat European Collector's Edition, so it came with the comic book. So I started reading that, and it's actually not that bad.
No, I think it's honestly a very good comic series. It doesn't 100% fit in with the official story of MKX. There's a few details that don't quite line up properly, but on the whole, it was still a very good story, and it's great for what it is. And even if it doesn't 100% connect to the games, I would say that it 90% fits in with the games. So, as you read the rest of the volumes, I hope you get into them and read them all. I mean, it really is worth a listen.
Yeah,
and it's just
gonna do that.
Yeah, for sure, man. And like I was saying about MK Special Forces, they did put Tasha and No Face into the MKX comics, which is a cool way that you can experience characters that aren't in MKX. Especially for us older fans that were big in the 3D era, it's kind of neat to see those throwbacks. And MK Special Forces was definitely included in those. So like I said, this game introduced a lot of characters, Tremor being the most popular of them, obviously. Jarek got a chance to kind of get his own flavor, to where he wasn't just a carbon copy of Kano the way he was in MK4. Jax has his metal arms here, which a lot of fans pointed out that doesn't really make sense, because in the timeline, he only outfitted his arms with metal in MK3 to prepare for Shao Kahn's invasion of Earth. So it doesn't really make sense for him to have them here, right? But they said that they were prototypes. I'll tell you my biggest issue with this game and how it fits in with the lore of Mortal Kombat is Jax wasn't really supposed to know about Outworld and portals and magic. That stuff was really supposed to be unbelievable to him. I don't know if you've ever read the Mortal Kombat 2 comic by John Tobias, but in that one, it shows that Jax is traveling to Shang Tsung's island to rescue Sonya. You know, he gets her distress signal, he follows her to the island, doesn't see an island, it's been sunk. All he sees is Johnny Cage, so he brings him in for questioning, and you know, all he knows is Sonya's missing, and this big shot movie star's there, and his answers about magic and Outworld and all that don't really sound too believable. So that whole scene doesn't really make sense if Jax has already been through this whole adventure as depicted in MK Special Forces. You know what I mean? Because he's messed with Kano and he's known about Outworld. He's had that adventure. There's the whole Eye of Shetian, which I think is the funniest thing because you can't spell Shetian without S-H-I-T.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've caught that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
I don't know if somebody put that in there as a joke, or if that was like a real mystical name in some Asian language, or if this is just the developers pulling the ultimate troll on the fans. I have no idea what would make them call something the Eye of Shetian. That is just so funny to me, whatever the reason is behind it.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe, I mean, this game was rushed, and I believe that you were also allowed to do co-op with Sonya, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not mistaken.
Okay.
That was shown in the E3 build of the game.
Okay.
There are still pictures online to this day that TRMK posted when they went to cover the game at E3. They have photographs of Sonya as playable. And now recently, there's some videos that have emerged on YouTube showing some behind-the-scenes stuff from the original build that is not in the final version. There are some really cool cutscenes that we never get a chance to see. I think Josh Sway from the Insert Coin documentary is sharing those. He's gotten access to a couple of those things. So it's just, I guess the real tragedy of this game, and I can't really tell the story without going into some behind-the-scenes stuff, and it gets kind of ugly. But as you may be aware, this is the timing of it. It was around 1999. John Tobias was leaving Midway to form his own gaming studio. I think you kind of are aware of that, right?
Yeah.
Studio Gigante. So they got some license to do a wrestling game. He was also going to make his own fighting game, which he did. Tao Feng, Fist of the Lotus, which is an Xbox exclusive. So the timing of it, when he was getting the license to do it, meant that he had to quit Midway, form his own company, and sign that deal before Special Forces was finished. So what happened was there actually was a better build of the game that John Tobias had worked on, and in fact, it was either near finished or 100% finished, and it was much better than what we got. But because he left, Midway didn't want him to get royalties on his game, so instead they ended up putting this game out. They ended up programming it. They kind of just slapped it together real quick so that they could make the release date. And they put it together, and it was really not a good quality game. And in fact, do you know what this game retailed for when it first came out?
I'm going to say about probably 60, 70.
That's what all the other ones retailed for. This one was a whopping $19.99.
Oh.
Yeah, when this game came out, it was $20.
Quality control.
Yeah, they should have just gone with the John Tobias build. They should have just either released it as it was or polished it up if indeed it needed polishing, and just let him have his royalties, whatever. It would have been a much better quality game for the fans.
Absolutely.
But this is what we got. That's what they did. This is what we got. Like I said, it's not ugly. It's not pretty. In fact, it's pretty ugly. But we can't just ignore history because we don't like it. That's what happened. Those are the facts. So this is the game that we ended up getting, and that's what you're going to show us tonight. That's what you're going to try and play through. And here's something else, guys. This is the one Mortal Kombat game that I have never beaten. I have never made it through Mortal Kombat Special Forces. I just couldn't. I've beaten every other game in the franchise, including Mortal Kombat Advance.
Oh, no.
Tell me you've played MK Advance.
Is that the one on the Mortal Kombat 3 port?
Yeah, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, ported for Game Boy Advance. Yep.
Sadly, yes.
Yep. All right. So if you've played through it, if you've tried to beat the game, because you can play as Motaro and Shao Kahn when you do that, you'll know how challenging it is. It's basically impossible. But I managed it. It's just MK Special Forces. Something about it. Couldn't go through with it. It was just... Let's just say it wasn't my cup of tea.
But yeah, I guess we're gonna try to play this. Oh, man. I played a little bit of it earlier. But, yeah, no, it's still bad. Tabmok, can I do a voice? God, okay, chill.
What is it asking you?
Oh, no, I was just seeing if your audio is good. I need to unmute.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
I need to unmute the game audio. Alrighty, let me close this out. What's up, Outworld? Nice to see you here. Click on the game, options, sound configuration.
Get some, sucker.
Difficulty.
Look at that.
I'm afraid to do it on normal, but screw it. We're just gonna do it normally. And alrighty, let's start the game. Controls are all the same.
Hey, let me ask you this. You've played a lot of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, right?
Yeah, that was actually the one that I played mostly as a kid because Deception wasn't out yet, and yeah.
Well, how much of Jax's character in that game do you think was inspired by this one?
I'm not sure.
I mean, I really think that, if you remember how Jax was shown in his MK4 ending, which was your favorite, it was very different from how he's shown in this game.
Oh,
his characterization it's leaps and bounds. He's a completely different character.
Oh, Gemini. Yeah, that's another character that I don't think they've ever referenced.
Yeah, probably not that one.
They apparently are hiding out in an abandoned warehouse on the south side of town. There's something else you should know. The prisoners received help from an outside source.
Alrighty.
It has to be Kano.
You guessed it.
Alright. Cabal's still in the game, but actually as an NPC. Oh yeah, that's right. This is classic PlayStation 1, so D-pad only. Actually, I don't even think I configured it. Oh god.
Well,
Damn.
you might have to do some setting up.
So, what's up, Lone Wolf? Oh my god. Okay. Square, square, punch.
Alright, I need the font that they use in this game. I'm gonna do a search on that later.
There we go.
You know, I just feel like all of Jax's taunts that he uses in this game really inspired the kind of character he became in Deadly Alliance. You know, with the "oh yeah."
Oh yeah, the not or the kind of hot-headed but still like chill type.
Yeah.
And what's up, Lone Wolf? Oh god, damn it.
God, already the angle. Like, this is the game that made me think. This is the game that made me realize I like 2D. I don't know if I'm a fan of 3D.
Oh god. Will you stop hitting me? Oh, nice.
It's so weird how the characters don't have names in their health bar when you beat them up. That's one thing I loved about, like, Deception, well, not Deception, Shaolin Monks and Armageddon's Conquest mode. When you beat people up, they had, like, little crazy names to them, you know?
Yeah.
Like Shao Kahn soldiers or Red Dragon thugs. Like, every little NPC, every grunt that you would go against had some sort of a name delineating who they were. But this game, everybody's just blank. Alright, so the programmer of video games is explaining that the original build of this game, Cabal was going to have a bigger role, and they ended up cutting it back quite a bit. So in some levels, like where you fight Taja, you can see Cabal's model, but he's just like a regular goon.
Yeah, and I know that Cabal was in the Black Dragon before everything happened, but in the new timeline, he left the Black Dragon and went to go to the police force, which I actually think is pretty cool. Which in all actuality,
now he's proper police.
Yeah. So, like, the way that I describe why Cabal has a face in Mortal Kombat 11, like, just the normal face, is because, in the old timeline, Cabal makes his debut in Mortal Kombat 3. So, the timeline that they're taking the story is I mean, it's heavily hinted at being Mortal Kombat 2. So, it would make sense if they bring in Cabal, who is a Revenant. I mean, I really think that this game is trying to finish up the Revenant story arc, finally. And,
oh, you think MK11 is going to wrap that up?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the whatchamajigger. But I think Cabal is actually going to be a part of the Black Dragon, just like Kano said when they were doing experiments on him, giving him.
Yeah, well, I don't think they call it Black Dragon anymore. I think they've now renamed it to African American Dragon to be politically correct.
Oh, nice one. But yeah, the but what I think is going to happen is he's gonna oh shit. Is that they're gonna showcase what he did in the Black Dragon, and then he's gonna just still have his burns and stuff, but it's gonna be weird explaining how he got his speed ability. Since basically in the new timeline it was all you know, it was some from Shang Tsung's what's it called? Magic.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be weird to tie that in with him being a Black Dragon member, but
I mean, look, honestly,
cool.
with Chronica there, with Chronica being able to pull any version of the characters out through any timeline, it really seems like she could pull a version of Cabal that may be loyal to the Black Dragon, you know, like in the old timeline, but maybe a police officer, like in between MK9. Like, we just don't know.
Yeah.
We just don't know. I do think that Chronica wants to use her time powers to make it so that none of the characters are revenants.
Yeah, that's I think that's what the story is going to be, is just another, even though I do not like this, another retelling of Mortal Kombat 2. And the only reason why I don't like that is because, like, we've kind of been through it 4 times now. You know, we've had Mortal Kombat 2, of course, and then we've had Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, which is an awesome game, and I'm still trying to figure out how to do online with PCSX2. There is a way.
I do have it, but it crashes after the first level on mine, so it's still something I struggle with.
Is it PC or is it just the emulator?
Well, yeah, it's gotta be just the emulator. Okay. I mean, I'm sure it's a software thing, because look, I know there's people out there who can do it. I know there's people out there who've done it. I've seen their videos. Like, I know for sure there are people who have it up and running, but I just haven't sat down and played with it in order to get it up and running myself.
Yeah,
but I have it because I still have it on the real PS2. Like, anytime I need something from it, I can just capture it the old-fashioned way off the official hardware. So I'm not too motivated to get it up and running in myself, you know?
Okay, how am I supposed to collect that when I can't jump?
Well, wait a minute. If there's one thing I've learned from 90s basketball movies, it's that white men can't jump. So maybe you should do your earthquake.
Wait, what? Earthquake? Oh, there we go. Use key. And then hit the power. Alright, we should be good. There we go. But yeah, Lone Wolf, I have a feeling like, not like a flashback, just an alternate timeline of Cabal. Just, you know, bring in the past Cabal, and then maybe bring in the Revenant Cabal.
Hey, that's the ground pound. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. Earthquake, ground pound, yeah.
In the old...
Hey, wait a minute. There was a message board with notes printed on it. Are you able to go up there and read any of the messages?
What, here?
Back towards the viewer, I guess?
I mean, there was only, in the elevator, there was only shit.
So those messages aren't readable, are they?
No.
Wasted opportunity.
Let's see.
I'm serious. It would be cool if there were little notes there that you could actually press a button and then read them. Like, a lot of games do that. It's pretty standard, you know?
It was probably rushed. That was probably
yeah.
A thing.
Well, we know it was. It very well could have been.
Let's see. Which I am actually kind of... Who knows? Maybe one day we'll probably get like a thrill kill, and we might get a piece of the what Tobias had. Oh my God! You are shooting at me. And I'm dead. Great.
I didn't even see the shooter.
No, I know.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. Oh God. Just even watching this is frustrating, man. And I love mythologies and I love Deception's Conquest mode, and you know, pretty much any, you know, the classic 2D Mortal Kombat games, the modern 3D ones. just love every era, but I just can't get into this one. This one is just... I can't believe you're torturing yourself by doing this right now.
Let's see. Messages. Recover and detain fugitives hiding out in an abandoned warehouse. Oh. Well, alright.
You are in the MK warehouse.
Alright, let's do the basement real quick. Oh, wait. Okay, I know where I am now. God, this is so bad. Like, I feel bad for whoever programmed this.
They were probably rushed too.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of what happened to the developers of E.T. on the Atari 2600. They're given like 6 weeks to make a game, and that was just not done. Yeah, you know that one that they buried in the landfill
Yeah.
that they recently dug up.
Yeah. I think I forgot my gun, so unless... Oh. Amen, Lone Wolf.
He actually understood the joke I was making there about the MK warehouse. Nothing gets by that guy.
And programmer, I'm playing on a emulator. There we go, medium. Oh god.
You know what? Let me go back and look at some of the YouTube chats. I've been keeping an eye on the Twitch. Let me see, because Programmer of Video Games is pretty active here. Hey, when you play this, do you actually have a PlayStation controller hooked up?
No,
or no?
I have a wired Xbox controller.
Okay.
But I probably should have just stuck to the PlayStation controller, but I didn't want to have to do the Bluetooth and everything, and I have to re-hook it up to my PS4.
What kind of Xbox, what generation Xbox are you using?
One. I'm using a wired controller of the one, so I don't need a software for it.
Okay.
So programmer says, I looked at old footage of the original build to this game. In beta version, your character could jump on ledges. Why they took it out in them? Oh, is that why I can't grab that health pack? Oh god, wait a minute.
It might be. It could be it. It could be it. Like I was saying, the original build that they had was far and above better than the final one that we got. So the gamers really did get screwed there when they redid the game and they scrambled to redo it.
Okay. So have I killed everybody here? I guess I have. But you know what? This game ain't that bad. It's just, it's wonky. I mean, I'm somewhat enjoying this, but I'm not enjoying it as much as I enjoyed Mythologies, because that is actually a genuinely good game. It just
right. I know. I completely agree. It is.
People just give it too much shit.
Hey, I'm gonna throw a link up in your Twitch for you.
Oh, that's fine.
This is a link to Amazon. There's a PlayStation adapter. You can use PlayStation controllers on the PC with this. I really think you should think about getting one of these. It's perfect for playing the PlayStation emulator.
Yeah, I have
It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier when you just look at the controller and like the square and the triangle and the X and the circle all match what the screen is saying to press. It's a pretty good feeling, man.
Well, yeah. See, like the thing is that the controls are really, really weird when it comes to Mortal Kombat games. Like, it doesn't even do it with any other games. But
Really?
Mortal Kombat's like, those games are the only ones, because like when I press X, or when it says on the screen that I'm playing or that I'm pressing X, it's actually square. And
That's the weirdest thing. It doesn't do that to me for some reason, but I may have mine configured a little bit differently.
yeah, and I've even okay, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Please do not shoot me up.
Yeah, that is a concern.
Oh god.
So I think Programmer of Video Games might have missed some of our early banter where we were talking about this. But yeah, Tremor did originate from here. He's saying the only thing that came out of this game is Tremor. But I would say that Jax's personality, at least his MK Deadly Alliance, maybe his whole 3D era games personality, originated here. For better or worse. Also, the MKX comics by Kittleson had No Face and Tasha. So there were some more throwbacks, and a lot of fans went crazy over that. Like, Kittleson's MKX comics were great. They didn't 100% fit with the MKX story, but they did fit pretty good. I'd say like 90-95% they fit together pretty well. The MKX story mode, and the thing is, those flashbacks, he made references to a lot of obscure stuff in the Mortal Kombat lore. You know, not just the 3D era games, but going back to MK Special Forces, going back to the Mortal Kombat Conquest TV show. He threw a couple things in there for fans, you know, as well as references to MK9, stuff from the old timeline. Like, all around, good stuff. So this game made a little bit more of an impact than you might think.
And Programmer, since you know a lot, you might actually get some of the questions for tonight. God damn it! Will you stop sweeping me, boy? Now I have to use a health pack. Damn it! Take that, boy. Cause yeah, we got some really good questions, especially when it comes to a secret menu. But yeah, the oh god damn it, no. There we go. But yeah, the God, this game is Detonator. I don't know, my Resident Evil senses are tingling, so I'm thinking that I'm needing this detonator goes to something.
Well, we shall see.
Wait a minute. If I'm not mistaken, I have to go back to the first floor. Messages. Oh, it's just tells me. So, first floor.
You trying to like level grind to get your experience up?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta wonder what happens when you hit 72-15. What's gonna happen then?
Probably a new
I think I'm lucky. I think I'm lucky. I never played this game. Oh man, yeah, you were lucky if you've never watched it up till now.
Oh yeah, no, I've never actually like seen gameplay of this. I've kind of like try to get away from
Avoid it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just knew. You just knew.
Yeah, I heard this I think this is the lowest rated Mortal Kombat game. No, sorry, Advanced is the lowest rated one,
But this is right up there, or should I say right down there with it.
This is second.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look and see who's doing the ratings. I used to really love GamePro's rating system. You know, the way they broke it down into different categories.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of that. I don't know if you remember GamePro's rating system from back in the day, but
No, I basically the only thing I had was Game Informer.
okay.
Yeah, not a big fan of them anymore.
Oh, why not?
They just some of the stuff that I just don't trust game reviews anymore unless it's like from reputable people.
Oh, Game Informer is not reputable anymore, huh?
Sorry.
What did they do? What game review did they do that you took umbrage with? I want to know.
I forget which one it was, but I know it was like really, really bad. Like they definitely did not give it a fair chance. I forget what.
So there was a good game. There was a good game that they gave a bad review to.
Mhm.
See, that's more forgivable to me than if they took a bad game and gave it a good review.
IGN.
Okay, so we just don't trust it. We don't trust the big guys anymore. You know, the ones that I have problems with are like Polygon and Kotaku and those people.
Oh god.
But yeah, no, there's a lot of.
Evil senses. They worked.
You knew it. You knew it. Hey, man, you play enough games, you kind of pick up a sense for these things. It's true.
Let's see. New room. I got a security key card. There was a. Damn, I wish this had a map. Let's see. What door had a? I think that was floor 2, if I'm not mistaken.
What, you see like a little hole in the wall? Something for you to detonate?
No.
Lone Wolf says, the only person's review I trust are my own. Alright, let me reword that for you, Lone Wolf. I trust one person on this planet, Jackson. You're talking to her.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really trust reviews of friends because like, I don't know, my friends are really into stuff that I'm like, nah, dude, if I were you, I would not buy that game. And every time I tell them that, they go ahead and buy the game. I opted out my bro, if y'all know, Shane, to not buy fucking Fallout 76. You know what?
I knew you were gonna say Fallout 76. I knew it.
He pre-ordered Fallout 76. I was like, dude, if I were you, I would not buy that game. He was like, why? I was like, dude, this is Bethesda's first multiplayer game. He was like, but Doom's a Bethesda game. I was like, they publish it, they don't make it. And he was like, what about ESO? I was like, I think ESO is actually made by a different company. So yeah, I was like, no, I'm getting bad vibes. Even though I was excited at first for a multiplayer Fallout game, I was like, oh wait a minute, I have to think of the facts here. These guys aren't really good with multiplayer games. And yeah, I was right. And then my friend almost bought Anthem too. I was like, this is EA we're talking about. And lo and behold, it's bad. There you are. Oh, super combo. And is that another crack in the wall? Yep. Detonator. And I got a security granted, so. Yeah, but who's it made by though?
So you're saying that Bethesda was the publisher, but not the developer?
Yeah, I don't think they were the developer. Okay, who's that laugh? Okay. Now I think I.
You know what? You know what? You're gonna have to take that back. The Elder Scrolls is a series of action role-playing open-world fantasy video games, primarily developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks.
That's odd.
Well, it happens.
But I just still was a bad game.
Programmer video. Well, go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, like, I knew that they were, especially Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was very meh to me. I played it on my channel like a couple times, and I had fun with it. And then after a while, I was like, nah, this ain't fun anymore.
I guess you could say that you and that game had a falling out.
Oh yeah, it was not good without mods. But wait a minute, what is the
Programmer video game says, so in the old games, Jax's arm were like cybernetic exoskeletons. He could take off and on, but the new games change it to having his real arms being destroyed by Ermac. You know what? I wasn't going to mention this, but since you brought it up, I actually did a whole video showing how Jax's arms worked in the timeline. And they were always basically full implants that went all throughout his body. They were not removable. That was basically just some of the way they were depicted in like Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm and in Annihilation. It was not the way they worked in the games. And you could tell because there was a sketch by John Tobias that showed Jax's back. You know, they showed a view of Jax from the back. And they were metal all the way through. Like, there was no way that's coming off. I'll throw that link up in here. Obviously, don't watch this now because we're doing a live stream. And you should stay here in the live stream. But set this aside and check it out later on.
No, damn it.
It's called Jax's Arms Are So Metal. And just for good measure, I'll throw a link to that in the Twitch one as well.
Huh, how am I supposed to get to this guy?
Earthquake him. Ground pound.
Oh, that's right, I could do that.
I mean, I don't really know for sure. I'm just kind of going by just an idea. I never tried it. I don't know.
Oh, well, you're right.
Aha!
But I'm dead.
This was made not long after Metal Gear made insane sales on PS1, I'll add. Yeah, Outward, I don't know if you caught the beginning of this chat, but I did mention that this game retailed for $20. So, they knew. They knew they did not have a Metal Gear Solid on their hands. So is this like super hard to fight this guy?
No, we're just trading blows right now.
Oh, is that what the kids call it these days? It's really hard though to figure out. Yeah, there you go. It's hard to judge the distance. Like if you're too far, the earthquake doesn't hit him, and if you're too close, he'll burn you up.
Ah, damn it! Screw this. I'm using the gun.
Yeah, that didn't seem like a fair fight. I mean, really, his tactics, his fighting tactics, look absolutely ridiculous.
Got him. while this transmission is happening, I'm gonna take a pee break.
Jax, I was trying to get through to you. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just had a little fire to snuff out. What's the situation back at headquarters?
Well, Jax, the deal is, these bad boys have more in common than we thought. Turns out that they were all card-carrying members of Kano's little club, the Black Dragon. Isn't that the gang that gave you so much trouble some time ago?
Sure was. Any sign of the escapees?
No. Our troops have swept the area.
Alright, well, while he's doing that, I'm gonna eat a candy bar.
Be able to track him down, being the man on the inside.
There's an exit ahead of me. I'll see where that takes me. I'll update you when I can.
Be careful you don't scratch those big metal arms of yours. Gemini out.
Oh man, whew. Jeez, oh Pete, I've been Oh yes, I would like to save the game. But oh yeah, I forgot. Special news. There is a high, and I mean a very high possibility that I'll be going to Combo Breaker this year. Oh. Hold up. I don't have my mic in yet, so give me a second. There we go. Alright, Tabmok?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be, I'm actually, okay, the game is running extremely slow, so, let me restart the emulator real quick. EPSXE.
I hope you can load where you saved from.
Yeah, I just saved before I did all that. But yeah, there's a high possibility that I'll be going to Combo Breaker. I'm actually really happy. I'm gonna be going with possibly 2 fellow YouTubers. But yeah. I mean,
Can you say who the YouTubers are?
Not yet, because I don't know if they're going or not. So I don't want to like jump the gun and say that they're going when they. Oh no! Quit.
Is it PewDiePie?
No, no, he wouldn't.
All right.
He probably doesn't even
Is
know
it?
who I am.
Is it Angry Video Game Nerd?
Mm-mm. Options.
Well,
load game.
those are the only 2 I could think of who would be going with you to Combo Breaker.
I'm excited
don't know.
about going to the Empire State Comic Con this April. Ooh, nice. I've only been to one Comic Con. That was in the synth. Oh. There we go.
You know, I'm really excited about C2E2 in March.
And that is?
C2E2?
Mm-hmm.
It's in March. It's this huge thing that, well, they're gonna have a Mortal Kombat part where they'll have all the actors from the classic games like Dan Pacina, John Parrish, Rich DiVigio, Anthony Marquez. Also, NBA Jam Con is like the day before that, so I want to do both.
Nice. There we go. Man, I'm almost hitting that 7,200 mark.
No, you still got quite a ways to go, man. So this is it's the sewer level, huh?
Mm-hmm. I mean, this ain't that bad.
That's sewers go.
Well, I mean, like playing this, it's really.
No, I know. I was kidding. Yeah, it's
hard.
a pretty high tech sewer. Most sewers that I've ever been down in don't have like computer systems and stuff. You never know if you'll meet the Ninja Turtles down in the sewers.
I'm hoping for just a pizza box.
Or if they ever did an X-Men crossover, maybe you'd meet the Morlocks.
There's speculation that Kronika is the woman from Jade's ending in Mortal Kombat 9. I think she's one of the Elder Gods that Raiden and Luz spoke with in Nightwolf's chapter. There's actually evidence, towards your theory, because there's a statue in Mortal Kombat X in the Jinsei chamber that looks eerily like, Kronika.
You know, I kind of love all these fan theories, and then I kind of think like, well, we'll just wait and see. But it's like, I'm more interested in the fact that he's hinting that she might be an elder god.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think that's the most interesting thing is because, well, first of all, she is the final boss of the game. Now, we just had Shao Kahn and Shinnok as bosses at MK9 and MKX. So how do you top that? Well, finally we have a new character for a boss. Some people are thinking that maybe they would do the whole Onaga Dragon King storyline, and they still might, but we haven't seen it yet if they are.
No,
And this whole
3D characters for that. I'm sorry.
I mean, look, with Kronika and being able to pull characters from any timeline, it, you know, not out of the question, not completely out of the question, but I'm more interested in the fact that how do you top Shinnok unless you have another, like, elder god, basically.
Yeah.
And really, the way she handles herself in story mode, she seems to outrank Shinnok. She seems to be the one in charge, you know? She seems to have that confidence about her that she has that, I don't know what kind of quality you call it, but she just seems like she's the one in charge. Like, as soon as she walks into the room, she commands the situation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, confident is too weak of a word to describe just how in charge she knows she is. She's so sure of herself. There's no doubt about it. She must be an elder god to be able to have that sort of power over Shinnok, or to be that unimpressed with Shinnok. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like, how I see it is that I feel like she is an elder god. Oh, mother. You're done, boy.
I don't know if it's that she's. I don't know that if I'm trying to say she's self-absorbed, Lone Wolf. It's not that she's like arrogant or full of herself. Not in like a negative way. Just her commanding presence. You know, just the way she sees herself as above every other player in the room. And for all intents and purposes, she probably does overpower all of them.
Yeah, see, the, like, I've heard of theory that, you know, she's an elder god that, like, that goes against some of the other ones. Kind of like what Shinnok was doing, but, you know, timelines and stuff, she wasn't a fan of that, so she's going against the other elder gods, and yeah, but there we go. Man, I am really close to hitting that number, but the thing with the mystery girl from Jade's ending, I think she's like Garrus and is just a servant. In all honesty.
It could be.
Because, like, They look totally different. I mean, yeah, you can do some stuff in like 20 years, but still, come on now.
You just actually killed Cabal.
Oh, did I actually?
Yeah, it was like it was no big deal. Just some random goon. Oh yeah, shit, that was Cabal. He doesn't get his own special cutscene, no fanfare. It's just like stomping on a random Goomba. God, those guns really do take a lot out of you.
Yeah.
Guns are bad for your health.
Huh. Ah, damn it.
Well, that's pretty cool that you made it to the second level. That is farther than I've made it in this game.
Like I said, it ain't that hard. It's just it's bad. That's literally what it is. It's just bad. And this is some really bad camera angles too.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff was probably kind of rushed, you know? They didn't do a whole lot of time for quality control in this game, I'm sure. So is there a menu that can show you what abilities you've unlocked?
Yeah. Composite experience. Oh, level 2 I get more health and experience, so. Oh, Jesus.
I hate that you can't sneak up on the enemies in this game. No matter where you are, they are aware of your presence. Oh, interesting. That sucks.
Really? I snaked up on a couple of dudes.
Did you?
Yeah. The Cabal enemies. Taking out the trash. Oh.
Get some, sucker.
Taking out the trash. Triangle, triangle, X, which I think is circle. X. Huh. Not sure about that. But I better have my gun out. There we go. Now, where was that door that I couldn't get through?
Well, you could probably get through it now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh wait, is this it?
So who voiced Jax in this game? John Parrish? Ed Boon? God, I don't think either one of them. Maybe somebody can look that up for us, like on Moby Games or IMDb. Lone Wolf is pretty good at using the Google over there.
Now this has just become a run and gun game. Which I probably should stop using the machine gun and start using the sniper. Which
It's probably a good idea. No, even though this level's supposed to be a sewer, it kind of reminds me of the water level from MK Mythologies.
Huh. I'm getting like Spider-Man PS1 vibes.
Yeah.
Where you have to follow Venom. Let's see. Let's see here. I mean, there's really nowhere I can go. I wonder what the code is.
ABACABB.
Well, it's a number combination.
The combination is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. That sounds like the kind of combination an idiot would put on his luggage. Okay, well, thank you, Lone Wolf. The voice of Jax was supplied by Craig J. Harris. So, there you go. Hey, you know what? You should tell us who did the voice of Jax in MK Deadly Alliance. I wonder if it was the same guy.
Uh-oh. Hold up. Okay, there we go. I think we're good.
Oops. I lost you for a second.
So did I. Let me check if the stream's doing good. Seems like it. Alright. Alright, let me go back to the game. Sorry, texting a friend.
Well, programmer of video games says, if you think about it, if it wasn't for this game, we wouldn't have Shaolin monks.
That is true.
Is it? Is it true?
I mean,
I don't think it's true.
the more I think about it, I mean, like, I think Shaolin Monks was supposed to be everything we didn't get in this game. A better story. You know.
But I don't think it has anything to do with it because, and the reason I say that is because MK Shaolin Monks was sort of being developed by another company called Paradox. And actually, the way it started is, I think it was just a concept that Paradox made and showed Midway. And they're like, hey, look at this. Wouldn't this be kind of cool if, like, look, we have it so that you can play as Liu Kang and Kung Lao. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if, like, we actually made this into a full-fledged game? And then Midway not only agreed, but then they acquired the studio. So they actually purchased it and turned it into Midway LA.
Huh. I just got
So
code.
I think they would have done that either way. I think they would have done that whether there was a Special Forces or not. Oh, did you just get the code?
Yeah. Random.
So Lone Wolf just confirmed what I had a suspicion of. That the voice of Jax in this game is also the voice of Jax in MK Deadly Alliance. They brought back the same guy.
Huh.
So look at that. His personality kind of did carry over into the 3D era. They didn't just completely forget about him.
hate inverted controls.
Here's a tip. Whenever you have inverted controls, just hold your controller upside down.
Are you serious? Dude, he was so close to dying. And I have to redo all that again. But at least I remember the fucking code.
Would you like to cheat and use save states?
No. I know what to do now. Oh, damn. Yeah, I think the code I inputted in was 3129. I believe that's the one that I put in. Yeah, see, I just snuck up on that guy.
So, programmer of video games is saying Lone Wolf Production has to be from the Twitch chat because I can't see any of his messages.
Yeah.
And yes, that is true.
Yeah, I have both chats in the chat acid pool.
Right. So if you look on the left corner of the video, although I'll be honest, dude, that color scheme does make it a bit hard to read. That orange and purple on green.
Oh shit. Sorry.
That's alright. I was just thinking about it now.
Yeah, I never even thought about that.
I'm trying to think what color would go good with green, and I don't know. I'm no expert on color theory, but some crazy artist out there made a color wheel that.
Yeah, complementary colors. Hold up.
You know what I'm talking about. Megan says to use red.
Hold up. Chat box. Alright, let's try it out now.
Should we say something?
Yeah.
Dude, it is so cool the way you integrated the YouTube and the Twitch into one box like that. I don't know how you did it.
It's all on Streamlabs, but I forgot what I did exactly, so I don't even know how to do it anymore. But yeah, it mixes both chats together. Is that better to read? I'm not sure.
I haven't been able to see it yet. I typed something in the Twitch. I'm going to type something in the YouTube now. Gemini's role could have been Sonya's. Yeah. I think it's easier. don't know. Just props to you for getting that integration, man. That's really, really well done. All right, got a 9mm clip. Very cool. Did you stop climbing?
My brother called me. Let's see.
When you can go back to the main menu or whatever it was, the weapons inventory, I would really like to see the 9mm for a second. I thought I noticed something fishy going on there.
Which one, the gun or the clip?
The clip.
Which, I mean, it's not really a clip, it's more like a magazine, but alright. Because clips are what they use in the old-timey rifles.
There's a bit of a delay between the time you do it and the time I'll be able to see it, so...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The sniper cartridge says 7.62mm. Is that accurate? Is that how guns work?
I don't think so.
You're not a big Second Amendment guy, are you?
Oh no, I am. I just don't know my way around a fucking like different calibers and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's a very low caliber, isn't it? Actually, that's if I'm not mistaken, I think that is a low caliber. Let's see.
So, programmer and Jared are having an interesting conversation over there. But she didn't.
Uh-oh. We disconnected again. Damn it. Hold up. Give me a second. Alright, hold up. Let me see how stream is going. Real quick.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. I don't know why it's
Okay.
doing that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was saying that I don't think Gemini was romantically involved in a relationship with Jax in the old timeline. They never specifically said that, but she does sound pretty flirty with him in this game. The hell's going on? Am I still here?
Yeah, you're still here.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was gonna say, what is up with Discord today?
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. Alright, hold up. 3192, I think is no. Okay, there we go. I knew it was something like that. Okay.
Yeah, nice.
So, grab that sniper cartridge. and I'm gonna actually take out my sniper rifle.
So here's some fun trivia for you. The original title of this game was going to be Mortal Kombat Mythologies Special Forces. And the reason why we know that is because there is a strategy guide that has been canceled. It was going to come out for this game, and the publisher ended up canceling it. But we could see the cover. Some websites that have like databases of books that have gone unpublished show it, and it's like you can see the cover from Mortal Kombat Mythologies Special Forces. I think it got a little bit too wordy, though. You know.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it's not really mythologies if it's special forces.
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea was going to be to like try to expand the whole mythologies kind of brand. So, like, if Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero, next one could be Mythologies Special Forces, and maybe they could do another one like Mythologies Raiden or Baraka or whoever. And then maybe eventually when they did Shaolin Monks, they could have just done it under the Mythologies branding. If only Tobias hadn't left. And Gemini is just a really good friend of Jax's. Lone Wolf, that's so cool that you switched over to YouTube, man.
Let's see here.
How about a Mortal Kombat Mythologies Shao Kahn? Yeah, would you ever want to see Shao Kahn in the early days?
Oh yeah, him killing Onaga and taking the rule. Yeah, I would absolutely love to see that.
You know, Shao Kahn and Onaga would have been allies at one point.
Boom, boy. Alright, there we go.
You know, I just got this MAME cabinet installed. I have MK1. Yeah. Dude, it's crazy because I'm seeing the artwork of Shao Kahn from the side art. It's just amazing to see, to look at that Shao Kahn. You know, that's Brian Glynn in the Shao Kahn costume. And I think, yeah, Shao Kahn and Onaga used to be allies. Wait a minute. Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf just says, in Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, you can hear Gemini talking to Jax. Is that true?
Wait, what?
Is that accurate that you can even hear Gemini talking to Jax, even in Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks? Lone Wolf, on a scale of 0 to 100, how sure are you about that?
Huh.
I mean, I have a pretty good memory. I think I would know if that... Yeah, it's been a while since I played through that game entirely, but I think I would remember if that were the case.
God damn it, dude. Alright.
Some fries with that whoop ass?
You want some?
No, he's right. He's right. Lone Wolf is right.
Huh. That's weird. I've never actually thought about that.
Hey, Mariano Fidele, what's going on?
What's up, my man? Let's see.
I don't believe everything I read on Wikipedia, though. I mean, you know, at one point, because I was making those Mortal Kombat Sprite comics with Reptile making all the puns, Wikipedia was reporting that Reptile makes puns in the Mortal Kombat games. Like, anybody can just edit it at any time, so I'd really have to go and pull it up on YouTube and make sure. Somehow, I don't 100% recall that, though. Mariano Tekken over on Twitch. Yes. Yes, I knew that name looked familiar. Yeah, sometimes the streams are big over on Twitch. Sometimes the streams are big over on YouTube. You just never know where the crowd's going to be at.
Yeah, but we always check both chats. So I mean, with how
we're pretty good about that.
Yeah, with how I have the system set up, it's yeah, it's very very good. Let's see here. Damn, I cannot believe I'm almost done with the second level of this now.
Right?
But I'm almost dead because I don't have a Oh, speaking of which, speaking of the devil, I have a health kit. And a large one. Thank you, Thunder God.
Or as they call it in Doom, a meta kit.
Damn draw distance. Oh shit, I ran out of ammo for that. Boom, bitch. Out of here. Wow, that is a long combo. Okay.
That's what she said.
See, I wish I had Mortal Kombat shirts. I need to buy me some.
I have some MK shirts.
I'm getting that vibe, Mariano. A Fighting Force game with Jax. Let's see. Hopefully I can complete this level. And after I complete it, we'll after this we'll do a test your knowledge. Let's see, here we go. Over here. And
I don't know about that Gemini thing, dude. I just pulled up a clip on YouTube where Jax shows up in Shaolin Monks. I didn't hear Gemini at all. I think somebody messed up the Wikia stuff, man.
Oh no. And move the grates that leads to Taja's hideout. Oh no.
This is like Fighting Force, but with Jack. You're gonna check IMDb for MK Shaolin Monks and see if there's a voice of Gemini credited there. Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Square, 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 triangle, circle.
Oh, good luck. Good luck inputting that on an Xbox One controller.
Oh, I almost did it.
You know, the problem with IMDb, really the problem with Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks in general, is that, like, none of the actors are credited properly.
Huh.
Programmer Video Game says, I don't recall Jax ever talking about Gemini in Shaolin Monks. Yeah, and it's not just talking about her, but, like, talking to her. Just doesn't really... I don't remember that. I remember Jax saying that he was with Raiden, and Raiden's been guiding him, and Kung Lao and Liu Kang are like, wait a minute, I thought Raiden was guiding us. What's going on here? Mariano does not like the Xbox controller. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me to get into the Xbox controller too. I mean, the first controller that I really fell in love with was the NES one. And then Super NES was an adjustment at first, but then I really loved it. And then once I got into Super Nintendo, its spiritual successor was the PlayStation 1 controller. And after that, the PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4 are all so similar to each other. I still use a PS2 controller, like, wired to my PC to this day. That's still the way I like to do my games.
I'm probably gonna die. Oh, well, no. There's always a... Seems to always be a health pack when I say that.
Yeah, Raiden's guiding you.
Must be.
It was a big health item too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what do you think? After this level's done, we're gonna get to some trivia?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, this is actually the one game in the whole Mortal Kombat franchise that I think you can honestly say that you've played more of it than I have.
Yeah, look at that dude. He's freaking out. Oh, I can't shoot him through there. I mean, this ain't that bad. It's just wonky. But once you get down, it's like mythologies. Once you get down the mechanics of it, it's not actually that bad. Now, is it a bad game? Oh yeah, hell yeah it is. I mean, this deserves everything it gets, but I mean, I'm enjoying it.
A GMX controller. Ooh. Hey, can you show us a picture of a GMX controller? It doesn't have to be yours. Or it could be if you want. But Mariano, I'm interested in seeing that.
I looked it up and it's just a DJ set.
Yeah. Well, you know, there might be more than one thing called GMX.
Damn, where am I supposed to go?
To hell.
Huh.
It's what angry video game nerd calls the where the fuck do you go kind of game.
I have a feeling
So called because you...
Feeling very
Yeah, go ahead.
about this. Like it's in the most obvious of places. I think this is one of those moments. Yep. It was one of those moments. I'm just... I did this in Resident Evil 2.
Hey, finally, I freed up a chat that was moderated. That was the first time. Usually you beat me to the punch. Oh, wait a minute. GMX? That's for PS2? PS3 and
Holy
PC? What is this? Good old Mercado Libre.
God damn!
But they're labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. That would drive me crazy. I see something on the screen that says press X or press triangle, and then I look down and I see 1, 2, 3, and 4. That defeats the whole point.
It depends on how it is. Let me look. Yeah, see, now that's screwed up. The 1 should be squared, the 2 should be triangle, the 3 should be... Actually, the 3 should be where it's at, and then the 4 should be circle.
I'm just saying...
The game terms.
I'm just saying, it would mess me up because if I'm buying a controller specifically to use with the PlayStation emulator so that everything is labeled properly, it would piss me off to have it labeled like that. But if it feels good, then awesome. I don't think I've ever seen a controller like that. I don't know if that's just a South America thing or what. That's unique. That is not something that we would see here in the States.
Yeah, no, especially $500 goddamn dollars.
Well, I see. I didn't think too much about that because I have a feeling that the currency is different over there. I don't know the exchange rate, but I don't think that's 500 US.
Okay. Oh, well, I found the other key cards, so, I guess I'll beat Tajia, and then, we'll do, test your knowledge.
Awesome.
Come on now. Yep, just got it. So,
Hey, nice.
so now I have to just move across the bridge, and then I think I get to her hideout. But I cannot die. Or,
Why don't you just cheat and use the save state, man? Come on. Do yourself a favor.
I'll just use, all the guns that I have, and then the ground.
Okay.
Wow, dude. That does not do a lot of damage.
Okay, her special moves are pretty neat looking. Programmer of video games. Oh, you must have played through this game all the way through, huh? If so, you got farther than I did. It's a Chinese controller. See, Mariano, if you've been following my YouTube career, you'll know that I've bought things off of that website before. But the Brazilian one, the Brazilian Mercado Livre. I got a pirate game of Mortal Kombat mythologies for Super Nintendo, which you almost never see that anywhere. So I'm really lucky I got that. I got the Mortal Kombat 4 comics, the Brazilian exclusive ones, and I got a Mortal Kombat X backpack. Mercado Libre is amazing for getting stuff that you can't get. Like for me, for my going onto it, it's just incredible. I've never gotten one of those controllers. It looks like it comes with some sort of a PlayStation to USB adapter with the controller. Is that right? I mean, if that's true, if that's really what it comes with, that's really funny because I was just linking Survived Combatants to an Amazon thing earlier that had one of those USB adapters. That was like the first link I threw up in the stream tonight.
Killed her.
Nice.
The boss wasn't that hard if you just use the use the detonators.
Oh, yeah, true.
Any news?
Oh, yeah. I just got in a close shave with a twin-bladed honey. Too bad I had to take her out, though. That Tazia sure was a looker.
Jax, the mission, remember? If you can manage to concentrate for a little bit, Jax, I've got some news for you. It turns out that the Black Dragon has tried to put on a respectable face. One of the thugs let it spill that the Black Dragon is using one of the corporate buildings downtown as a cover for their base of operations, but he won't say which one.
Well, Tazia sure wanted to stop me from going any further, so I've got a feeling I must be very close to their hideout. I'll contact you the next chance I get. Jack's out.
Alright. Time to save the game. And we are going into let's see here. Let me no, not sounds. No. Okay. Now we are going to go to test your knowledge. So let's bring up the leaderboards real quick. Monday. Jared is up by 3. Spencer 6389 is up by 1. Quentin Carroll is up by 1. Anto W is up by 1. Omega is heal is 1. MJ Will Got Skills is 1. Programmer, you are up to 3. And Lone Wolf, you are up to 3. So, let's see.
Now, I'll tell you, I'm pretty sure Lone Wolf is going to kill it tonight.
Oh, yeah.
He always does.
But yeah, remember the rules of the game. You do not have to say answer and then say what the answer is. Just flat out say what you think it is. There is no time limit. And, let's see how, everybody does. So, I'm ready, Tabmok, if you're ready to be the questionnaire.
Sure am. Alright, I'll go ahead and ask the first one then. You ready?
Yep.
Alright. Dan Forden, who did the music for the Mortal Kombat games, has his own band called... Basically, I have to know the name of Dan Forden's band for this one.
Nope.
Jared got this one. It's sheer accident.
Oh, nice. Jared, you are up at 4 points right now.
That was, yeah, that's not very well known.
Nice job. Alright, let's clear the board real quick. And we are ready for the second question.
Okay, question number 2. This game introduced the Harakiri, allowing you to finish yourself off before your opponent could. Or as Ed Boon called it in one of those interviews, a Harry Carry.
Oh, we got an answer.
Programmer of video games got it with Deception.
Yep. No, I accidentally put it. Okay, now Programmer is up by 4 points. You and Programmer and Jared are neck to neck at 4 points. Oh, this is gonna be a really close series. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it usually this close?
I mean, for anybody that really wants the Mortal Monday prize box, which is going to be very, very, very nice. I'm going to be gathering all this stuff in 2 weeks. If you guys have not yet, please participate in this poll. I think it's actually closing very soon. Hold up. Let me look it up.
Imagine if you want to just type the answer as MKD, we probably would have given you credit for that. Like if you just wanted to type it super fast.
Yeah. I mean, we know acronyms of games, so I mean, if you say MKD,
right.
MKBA, MK3, just give me a second. Let me find this pool real quick, and let me because it is pertaining to test your knowledge, but it was here last week, so right. I just saw it earlier. Okay, I guess I'll just Oh, here we go. Here it is. If anybody wants to participate in it.
Alright, I want to see this.
Please do. It gives me a consensus of what you guys want into the test your knowledge. Oh, I said test your price box. I'm stupid. Test your knowledge price box. Sorry.
Okay, I see this.
But it's gonna have it's gonna be a custom wooden box. It's gonna have I'm in talks with my friend on making the box. Currently, we just have to have all the things come in first. We have 68% on action figures, so you guys really do want to see that. I have definitely 2 in mind for that. 16% comic books, which Tabmok, you're definitely gonna have to help me out with the good classic comic books.
Oh yeah.
Steelbook or guidebook. Definitely have some interesting things for those. And by the way, Lone Wolf. If I were you, I would just refresh the page. It'll get everything out, or it'll keep you live and stuff if you just refresh it.
Oh man.
But yeah, action figures is at 68%, so you guys definitely do want to see that. I'm gonna be looking around the internet for this, so but yeah, I have a feeling that everything's gonna be nice. So but let's see here. What do we got? You want to do the last question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty.
Okay. In the arcade games, a secret menu is accessible by pressing the block button on the player 1 and player 2 sides in just the right sequence. This menu is called the blank. Nailed it.
Yep. Let's see here real quick.
I don't think he's participated before. I think this is his first time in the chat. I don't think... Yeah. So he's got a point.
Yep, Mariano has a point now. Let me type his name down.
Good.
Alrighty, so leaderboard tonight is Jared. You are up by 4 points. Spencer. Oh, he did apparently participate. He probably participated, but he probably didn't get a point. But Jared, you have 4. Spencer, you have 1. Quentin has 1. Anto has 1. Omega still has 1. MJ still has 1. Programmer, you are up by 4, neck to neck with Jared. Lone Wolf, you have 3, and then Mariano, you have 1. So we have 9 more episodes to go, and we are going to be having more questions out for you all to participate. Let me put that EJB real quick. But yeah, in all seriousness, I want the prize box to be special to all of you. Something that, you guys probably don't have. I mean, I don't know how much of an avid collector everybody is. I try to get everything, combat-wise.
Yeah.
But I have a couple ideas pertaining to what I can do with it. Let's see what we got. But I do want a consensus also. If most of it's action figures, which I think the poll will be done in, let's see. Oh yeah, the poll has 67 minutes. So,
So what's the thing that's most ahead right now in the poll? Because I haven't voted in it. I don't want to sway the results.
68% action figures.
That's what people like.
I'm going to be making another poll. Alrighty, make the poll length 7 days so that we can review it live on stream next week.
Speaking of the stream next week, Jared wants to know what game we'll be covering next time.
Ooh, sadly I won't be able to work on the trailer for Skipping an Era, but because I'll definitely be busy this week apparently. But we will be delving into the quote-unquote next generation when we hop from arcades to absolute consoles. So this will be the last of the arcade scene, and we'll be hopping on to home consoles with the next quote-unquote next generation. And we will be playing Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance first, then Deception, Shaolin Monks, Armageddon, and then after that we'll hop into actually, you know what, how long has this stream been going on for? Oh,
pretty long.
Yeah, let me exit out the game real quick and we can just talk right here and reflect and recollect. But
yeah, all right.
But apparently we counted up how many we counted up all the dates that that we would have for Mortal Monday, and we have 9 episodes left until the release of Mortal Kombat 11. Now,
yeah, very cool.
The thing is that with those 9 episodes, there are 8 games. Of course, we just finished Special Forces, so now we'll be doing Deadly Alliance, Deception, Shaolin Monks, Armageddon, Mortal Kombat vs. DCU, Mortal Kombat 9, and then Mortal Kombat X.
Now, I have to warn you, there is no emulator that can handle Mortal Kombat vs. DCU.
Yeah, I know. I have a copy on Xbox 360.
Sweet.
And I'll probably be buying, and since I have it on PS3 already, I'm just probably gonna buy a PS3 for $80. I mean, they're really, really, really cheap right now.
They are. It's a good time to buy one.
But with all that being said, it's the next, I guess, 7 episodes now are going to be dedicated to games. The quote-unquote, it's not really going to be the last stream, but the last Mortal Monday before Mortal Kombat 11's release is actually the 22nd of April, which, if you guys don't know, Mortal Kombat 11 does release the day after the 22nd, of course, the 23rd.
Technically, if you stay up till midnight, you can probably get it that same night.
Oh yeah, true. I'm probably going to be purchasing a digital edition, even though I have the collector's edition. Which, if y'all are wondering, no, I did not spend 300 fucking bucks on that thing. I put some money down, and every paycheck I'm putting down 30 bucks on it. So I can have it paid off. I'm not paying the full $300. Jesus. But it. See, the thing is that, you know, I didn't want this series to just be a total, absolute retrospective of just, you know, us just playing a game. I wanted this series to be more of a, you know, a brain tease, discussions, you know, stuff like what we did with talking about Mortal Kombat 11, you know. Is Kronika, you know, an elder god? Is the mystery woman Kronika? Stuff like that. I love that stuff. And
yeah, absolutely. And I also love going like behind the scenes and talking about what the developers and the actors and all those people were doing during certain moments of the gameplay, you know, or the design stage. All that stuff is like great.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like you know, we all are Mortal Kombat fans, but most of us have you know, been through different generations. Of course, Tabmok, you are from the first generation of Mortal Kombat fans. Even though I started in Mortal Kombat Trilogy, I would technically be a second generation Mortal Kombat player. You know, Mortal Kombat, Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon. And then we have some Mortal Kombat third generation. So basically, people like my sister, you know, Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat X, I guess Mortal Kombat 11 now. And I don't know where I would put MK versus DCU. I don't know where to put that in the... I guess I'd put that in the third generation, because that was the PS3 era. But overall, it's this series is really special. I mean, for God's sakes, this used to be a series where I used to just discuss Mortal Kombat Combat Pack news for the second Combat Pack of what I wanted and stuff like that. So it's really special to, you know, see this actually become as big as it is. You know, even last episode we had one of the programmers from Mortal Kombat Mythologies come into the chat. That was actually really cool to see him in chat.
Dude, that really was. That was freaking awesome.
But you know,
and I know he's so busy because he's doing the Insert Coin documentary. But for him to make time to like hang out with a fan, that's really amazing.
Absolutely. And it's like you know, every week I try to do some with these games, you know, new intro title card, you know. I try to be creative with the names, where we're now in the developing stage of what the PS2 era names are going to be called. So we're going to try to brainstorm some stuff out. But overall, it was like this series means a lot to me. You know, I've been trying to get this series up since I want to say January of last year, February, I believe. So about a year ago, I've been trying to get this series up. I was wanting it to be up and ready at September, but after E3, that couldn't have happened. But Mortal Kombat 11 being announced at the Video Game Awards was probably the best time to ever do it. But you know, we really do care about this series, and we hope that, you know, you guys actually, like most of you said, you've probably never even played this game before. It's I mean, like I said, it's a bad game. It's a really bad game.
A lot of people didn't. I could tell from the chat that programmer of video games did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The
And Mariano can't wait to play MK11, and you know, I had a chance.
Same.
I had a chance to do some hands-on gameplay at when I went to London, and yes, it is freaking awesome. You're gonna love it, of course. You've seen videos of it, I'm sure, by now. Yeah, it is absolutely incredible. I mean, I'm so excited. I think one of the first things I'm going to do when I get my hands on that game is live stream the story mode. I just can't wait to play through it, you know?
Absolutely, and I'll probably be off of Twitter for the next 2 days like I was with Resident Evil. Before that game came out, I tried staying away from social media, any Discord spoilers and channels and you know, any of that. But with Mortal Kombat 11, it's like the series is being brought back to life. You know, we had Injustice 2. Even though I did like Injustice 2 a lot, there was a lot of things I did not like about it. It was too zoner heavy. Some of the I really didn't like the gear system because I spent 50 hours on fucking Nightwing and I still don't have the Staff of Grace. And but Mortal Kombat 11 looks like it's gonna be.
You know, that really is frustrating because I've heard those kinds of complaints from a lot of people, particularly about Injustice 2, where you can grind Sub-Zero for months and not get like all of his ice clone variations. Dude, that's frustrating. You know, that really is.
Yeah, and it's like you know,
as an old school gamer, there's a lot of stuff about modern games that I just can't get behind. Stuff like that will really make you go the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But with Mortal Kombat 11, it's like, you know, I like what they're doing with the game now. It's definitely a step up from Mortal Kombat X. I mean, I like the mechanics of Mortal Kombat X, but I do not like the art direction that they went with it. The really gray and dull looking color scheme that they went with. I do not like the music. I definitely do not like the music in the game, except for the main theme. That's about the only thing that I like about music in that game. And if you know me, I'm a huge video game music fanatic. I fucking love Akira Yamaoka from Silent Hill. I love Mick Gordon from Killer Instinct and Doom. I love the God of War 1 through 3 music. I haven't played the 4th game, but I'm just very, very loving of video game music, and especially when it comes to fighting games. Nothing gets me more pumped up than fighting game music. But Mortal Kombat 11 is definitely a step in the right direction. Another thing that I like about Mortal Kombat 11 is the gear system. It's more in tuned. My main Scorpion looks badass. I mean, his second fatality is definitely something. But yeah, this with over the next couple months we'll be getting more characters revealed. But apparently the tear on that Steam leak is apparently Garrus because there's a beta build and they found out that the variation name had TER, which matches up with the Steam leak Garrus. So that means that each of the new characters have a new name. So we're gonna find out a lot of stuff in the next coming months. Who's gonna be in the game? I mean, even though the Steam leak kind of did most of that, we're gonna learn a lot of stuff about that. But as we learn about that, I want us to learn about the history of Mortal Kombat as well. Like I said, I went in this game thinking it was probably gonna be the worst experience of my life, and you know what? It actually ain't that bad. You know, we got to learn a lot of things about, you know, the behind the scenes development. I mean, we will go through this period again, where it's just massive development hell, especially when it comes to Midway and after Armageddon, because they would basically go out of business and start selling stuff off. So
Hey, so well, I guess that part of the history is coming, and we'll get more in depth as we get to that part of the timeline. But let me ask you this, because it was only a week ago that we did the mythology stream.
Absolutely.
And I remember saying at the time, like, I really want you to play this all the way through and beat this game.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a chance to go back and do that at all?
No. I'm waiting to do that on stream. I'm actually gonna try to, like I said last week, I'm gonna try to play again, get a save file with me actually killing Scorpion. Knowing that my combinations are fucked up, I have to figure out which button is X, but because of special forces, I could probably figure out which button that is now. Since the combo apparently shows the button input. So if I just find out what forward, down, forward, X, and whatever combination is X, I'll be able to get that.
Yeah, like forward, down, forward, high punch, you'll get it.
Yeah. So
And you know what? You had it. You actually had it set up right. The thing was, you needed to be like one step away from him. You can't be super close to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the trick with that.
But yeah, like I said, you know, there's a lot of history when it comes to Mortal Kombat as a whole. I mean, fuck, we have 26? Is it? 26 years of history of Mortal Kombat X? Or, not X. Mortal Kombat in general?
Yeah, you're right. It will be. It will be this year.
Yeah, so,
Man.
it's... We have to, like me as a, millennial, we have to, preserve history. Also, if you guys don't know, I'm a big preserver of video game history. I like watching old documentaries about the 90s, the 80s video games, stuff like Death Race, back in the Atari, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, when those all were controversial, Night Trap, Resident Evil, Mortal Kombat, of course, Lethal Enforcers 2. There's a lot of games that I like because of how controversial they were back in the day, and because it has historical purposes. And Mortal Kombat is one of the big reasons why gaming is what it is today. I think we all need to realize that, Mortal Kombat has a huge legacy within the video games. I mean, in my eyes, it's on par with what Halo did with the first-person shooter, Doom. What Doom did with the first-person shooter. Halo just basically up that, but I mean,
I will say, like, when Mortal Kombat first debuted, it really knocked people's socks off. With the digitized actors, with the blood, with the gameplay, with the screen shakes, the fatalities. Like, it just had the right combination, even the story to lure people in. It was just, like, the perfect game. And the sequel brought it to the next level. And, it's had its ups and downs since those days, of course. But what they did back in those early games has started it off on the path that it's on now. Like, those early games definitely set it up on the course for success, the long-term success, the huge brands that came out of it, spawning the movies and the comics and the multimedia empire that basically came out of it. To this day, there's still people who say that no other video game movie has been successful as what Mortal Kombat did. It's pretty amazing when you think about with just a couple of guys shooting out some ideas and said, all right, let's make a game like that then. They had no idea how big it was going to get.
Yeah. And it's like, they put very, very, very good care into, like, what the story is. Kind of like what we did. We, everything that you see right in front of you is basically just, like, the screen that you see right before you. That's actually the title screen from the original game. The logo, I try to make as authentic for the original MK1 logo as possible, even with the dragon tails and everything and how that worked. The fonts, the intro episode, the main menu screen. Of course, that's like as you can see right here, very, very, very bloody, very it's stone. You have an acid bad chat right there. But yeah, the overall this series is very, very special to me, and I'm pretty sure to Tabmok as well.
Absolutely.
Throughout the years, I've seen a lot, and I mean a lot of retrospectives of Mortal Kombat. There's a really, 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 really good one. Let me find it real quick. Who this guy is, real quick. Oh yeah. Here we go. Yeah. This dude right here makes a really, really, really good retrospective of. Posted in both chats real quick. We
Oh, 616 Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jared sent me this one too.
Yeah, this is a really, really, really good retrospective. He basically does he does all the games, like kind of what we're doing. But that's a really good retrospective of and basically like kind of what I wanted us to be. 616 is definitely a inspiration for what I wanted this series to be.
Well, do you want to know where the number 616 comes from?
It's a combat code, isn't it?
No. Oh, that would be funny. No, it's okay, so according to some translations of the Christian Bible, the number 666 was a mistake, not the mark of the beast. It's some scholars translate it as 616.
Wow, that's actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's like obvious. It would be very obvious if someone called themselves 666 Entertainment. You'd be like, okay, I know what they're doing. But 616 also basically is the same thing, just from a lesser known translation.
Huh. But yeah, overall, I really hope you guys enjoy this series. Like I said, we have 8 more episodes to go, and then we hit Mortal Kombat 11. Now, I am thinking about when Mortal Kombat 11 drops, the week after Mortal Kombat 11 drops, that Mortal Monday, we will be playing with you guys online. I personally have a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One and PC, so like I could basically just buy the game for any platform, really. So it's no trouble for me if you guys want to like do some. Tabmok, I'm not sure what system you have.
All right. Well, I have Steam. I'll be getting it on that for sure. I have the Switch, but I don't think I'll have a demo on that. But you know what? It's coming out for like every platform, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
Xbox
great.
One, PS4, Switch, PC. Yeah, so I might just grab it on all the systems.
Oh God.
Especially on Steam, because it'll probably get knocked down in price like pretty quick.
Yeah, we can play on Steam if we will have to figure out the details there. But yeah, we can do it because I have Steam and you'll have Steam, so we should be good there.
Yeah, and so after that, and then I'm also thinking about going back for fan requests. I know there was a fan request of Mortal Kombat Gold. And what's up?
Yep.
Es muy rico. But Mortal Kombat Gold was definitely one. Another Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance Tournament Edition. That one I'm looking forward to going back to. You just remind me some of Tabmok. Advanced. I'm I'm gonna try to do that one. And then I might, in the series, Mortal Monday, even though it's primarily Mortal Kombat, I might be going to some different series as well. Eternal Champions, Thrill Kill, which Thrill Kill is an amazing game if you guys haven't played it yet. It's get the ROM. It's so good. It's one of those games that it was a revolution. It was a revolutionary game. But there's one game, Primal Rage is one Tabmok recommended too. I remember there being
I did
there being a second arcade machine, but it never made it past I think beta, I think it was. But yeah, overall it was like yeah, it's there's a what's it called? There's a lot of games that we could get from. I mean, even though we don't know that much about those games, so we couldn't really do a reflect and recollect. There's still a lot of history with those games. You know, kind of like it may not be Mortal Kombat, but it's Mortal Kombat related. But overall, yeah. I think. Let's see. Oh wow, 2 hours and 23 minutes. Jeez, oh Pete's. But wow, it's been a while. But yeah, overall, I'm excited for the future of the series. Of course, next episode will be Deadly Alliance, and that's when the Mortal Kombat turns dark. They kill a lot, like 3 main characters off, so. Especially
yeah, well as much as they've ever actually killed anybody. Yeah.
But I mean, they didn't really kill one of the people. It was just a stand-in. But
as it turns out.
Yeah. But overall, I hope y'all are excited. I will be playing Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance on a fight stick again. So that's gonna be really fun. And I own a copy of it. I own every copy of the PS2 games, so I'll be playing it from the disc to the PC right over here. And then for Shaolin Monks, I'm gonna find out how to do at least multiplayer. I think I had like a game software that I used that at least did that. I forget what it is because my goddamn hard drive failed, so I don't know what it is anymore. But
hate it when that happens. Hate that so much.
But overall, yeah, next week's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna whip up a trailer for the I'm not gonna do the Generation trailer like I wanted to because I'll be busy this week, but there's gonna be a very special trailer dedicated to everybody that has been watching this series. So yeah.
Well, listen, buddy, I just gotta say thanks again for having me on as a guest. I really like doing this series with you. This one didn't turn out as bad as I thought it was going to be. Special Forces was just not something I was looking forward to doing. And but you know what? It's fun to talk about it. It's fun to have the chat. And you know, I think people like ripping on games that aren't really the best. You know, I think that's always kind of a pastime that gamers love doing. And you know what? It was just fun to hang out with you guys and just chill and talk about the franchise that we all love so much.
Absolutely. And with that, I guess we'll end it off here. So please enjoy the ending music from Mortal Kombat 1 by Jango. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye, my fellow combatants.